This is the proposition for the virtual CTO service at Independent IT Consulting. Most organizations, they'll have PCs and laptops, they'll have servers with complexities such as virtualization, RAID arrays, etc. They'll have networking and Wi-Fi, they'll have firewalls, they'll have cloud computing, they'll have various apps sitting there that they've also got to look after and use. They'll have tablets and they'll have phones and they'll have printing and they'll have PABXs and they'll have hard lines and phone lines and they'll have server rooms possibly, and in that server room you've got to deal with things such as access, cabling, fiber coming in, looking at access for the room, ventilation, air conditioning, etc., keeping those racks organized and ensuring that the server room runs correctly and isn't staticky. It's a pretty complex picture. There's a lot for business owners to understand, and to exacerbate that, there is a vendor for each one of these different things. One for managing the PCs, one for managing the phones, a vendor for managing the hard lines, a vendor for managing the printing or the server room support and servers, the vendors that look after the firewalls and Wi-Fi, etc. Specialists do all these sorts of things, and they need to be involved, even up as far as the cloud apps, looking after the different apps that are there. You can have different vendors for each cloud solution. Then you've got the poor old business owner who doesn't necessarily understand the ins and outs of a server room, and whether a RAID array is something you spray on the fly or whether it's something you actually use to allow continuity of access to your data. And you may not understand the details of the stuff or even have time to manage the contracts that have in place. This is where the virtual CTO capability comes into play. So how does it work? Well, there's a client. They have business goals, they have budgets, they have problems, there are vendors, they have their services, and they've got their contracts and specialities that they're great at, particular tech. Then we introduce the virtual CTO. What we do, well, we get to know our clients' businesses. We get to understand what makes them tick, what's important to them, what their goals are, what they're driving towards. We take that, set a technology vision for that business, work out where we need to take them, what they need to do technology-wise. Then we translate that vision and problems into solutions. We understand what needs to be done, and we can take those and use the vendors to do it. We know the vendors, we know what they're capable of and what they do, we know their limits and what they're particularly good at, perhaps what they're slightly weaker at, and we can engage the right ones. We're independent of the vendors, so we don't draw out a source of income funding from them and completely non-reliant on them. We're not influenced by them in any shape or form. And then we can manage the capability, the contracts, the projects, etc. to be delivered. We have both the carrot and the stick from the client, and we know how to get the thing done. If you feel this will be helpful for your business, please contact us at our website